One of the biggest question marks facing the Giants heading into free agency this offseason is what to do with strong safety Landon Collins. Collins, of course, made the Pro Bowl again this year, but had his season cut short by a torn labrum. And there was some thought at the time of the injury that perhaps it would affect his price tag on the open market or whether or not the Giants would as aggressively try to bring him back. But I spoke to Amy Trask, the former CEO of the Oakland Raiders, and she told me that during her time she negotiated contracts with many injured players. And while you need to consider the injury, this isn't a case where it's going to significantly hurt Collins' value. So that begs the next question: what should the Giants offer Collins heading into free agency? So I spoke to Joel Corey, a former NFL agent who's negotiated several contracts in his own right with injured players. He told me that when you look at the safety market, Earl Thomas is probably the benchmark. And you look at his deal, he also is coming off an injury, but Collins, of course, with a labrum, that's not going to necessarily impact the long-term health of his career. It's not going to significantly hamper his potential. And Corey believes that it could be a $12 million a year contract for Landon Collins. And if that's the case, the Giants really have no excuse not to get this done. When healthy, Collins is their most dominant defensive player, one of their most respected voices in the locker room. And when you look at that secondary, there are a lot of question marks. Will they bring back Janoris Jenkins? What role will Grant Haley have in his second year? Who starts at the outside cornerback spot? And oh yeah, who is the other safety alongside Collins? You can't rebuild the entire secondary overnight. Collins is a foundational building block of that defense, and I'd expect in the open market, if he even gets there, that Collins would command between $12 and $14 million. And my gut tells me that before the new league year even begins, he'll have that money in tow from the New York Giants.